ladies and gentlemen. Look, I just, in a very short time I'll just talk a hell of a top overview here. As you may have heard, I regard DYLLF as a true emerging producer of conventional mining operations. And we have, I think, all of the ingredients and credentials to deliver on this vision. We've applied a consistent strategy on our, since I joined in 5 years ago, and we've delivered on these absolutely to focus on building a global Tier 1 uranium company with multiple assets. So, just to go to the head piece, this strategy then, that in 5 years we've delivered quite an outstanding position. We've developed, we were planning to develop 5 years ago an operation from our existing operations in Namibia, which we are doing and succeeding, having been incredibly successful with a deposit that wasn't known 5 years ago. We've acquired new projects through our M&A strategy, which was to increase our footprint, and that was an acquisition, BIMI, and we are really pleased with that and what it's done to rescope the company, and we've done that, and we are doing other things in this regard. The big asset of the company is the continuous development and growing. Our most important asset is the team, which we have done, and this matches the vision we have. There is a real issue with the uranium sector. It's been in a dead zone for many, many years, and it's had a damaging effect on what skill sets are available with companies that now, as you heard Murray say, you know, there is a real upside in the industry, and it's a question not of the fault of any particular company. It's a problem of the log being hollowed out through a whole series of events where sedentary activities have mostly been carried out, except for a few exceptions, and now the sort of the feet hit the road, and we have to deliver. So on that, we're well cashed up. We've got about $66 million. We've always had capital. We've managed well. We've spent well. We don't regard ourselves as how much money we've got in treasury. We regard how much value we create with that expenditure. So, just a little bit about the company. My group comes from the Paladin sort of team that I founded, and that was the only group, the only company that in the mid-caps that developed uranium mines. In two separate countries, 3 expansions, and that expertise I've kept, nurtured, and developed, and all those asterisks you see up there are the Paladin people that have come in. The management has got skin in the game, a great technical team, and more important, a great board. And the board we've spent a lot of time to match the capability of the leadership and the executive and the technical people. So it's a really balanced unit that we're going to go ahead with. The world is changing. All I'll mention about why there's this dramatic change is, yes, zero emission, yes, the geopolitical issues, but the energy crisis that's facing the planet, and now the only thing you should take notice of is the top-down decisions that are made by governments that are saying, sonny boy, get off your ass, build reactors, because renewables aren't going to do it. And in that sense, there are countries after countries in developed worlds that 2 years ago just kept quiet, and now they're desperate to get their fleets through either traditional nuclear reactors or SMRs. This is pivotal to what's happening, and it's only happened twice before. The oil shock, when nuclear came through on a top-down decision, build. Then Chernobyl did its bit of damage. In 2003-4, China, top-down, nuclear, boom. And now there are more reactors planned by these new re-energised non-Chinese countries that are building more reactors than what China said it would build in 2003. These are dramatic, and it hasn't stopped. So it is a great world. It is the uranium spot price. Don't worry about it. Bullshit. You'll never develop anything at these prices. The industry should be sick and tired of subsidising utilities. It'll be $60 plus. We're not getting off our ass unless it's 65 plus. We know where the market's going, and we're not going to be there sort of sycophanting to utilities, because we believe there's that much need for new supply that it's just people haven't come to grips. So all the people in the uranium space have a great opportunity. This is the footprint that's so important for us. We have acquired projects that actually are integral to developing our global footprint with diversification, and which is essential as utilities look at it. And we've developed projects. Tumas has got a 25-year life now, feasibility finishing. We'll probably go into a FEED, a detailed engineering next year, project financing, make a decision at the end of the year, next year. Mulga Rock, for those that read our quarterly, we gave a hint that we're evaluating that project. It's got huge value that hasn't been considered, essentially in the non-uranium metals, which are the cobalt, nickel and rare earths. And our job in the next sort of months is to see how much of that in-pit value we can put into product. What will happen is that project will increase in life of mine to 20 plus years, be of higher value, and it's watch this space. And we're really excited on that project, and that's earmarked for the revised DFS to finish by mid-24. So we will have probably a construction phase on Tumas in calendar year 24, and a construction phase in Mulga Rock in calendar year late 25, early 26. And it's all sequenced out. Believe we can, we know we can do it. And then we've got two really great exploration projects that will build our sort of pipeline and be ready for projects that can be considered in the late this decade, early the following. So this is the Tumas as we have announced. As you say, it's quite a decent return. It's a £3 million per annum. The revised, our feasibility study will be coming out toward the end of this year, and we're excited about it. It might suffer a little bit of inflation, but we still believe this project is viable in a country, as you heard before, that accepts, and is the only one country in the world that has done 2 modern uranium mines without any issue. It's a great place to be in. So we have a well-defined M&A strategy. We're not giving up on this. We will not continue with that, however, until we fully integrated, got our 2 Mulga Rock and Tumas going, which we hope will have it defined as specific projects by the end of this year, and we've got some companies or targets outlined. So that's part of the growth strategy that's still relevant. We're sitting on the league table, if that's what people are looking at, with a merger and getting to a globally significant company that has scale, that can do things with that scale in an industry that really is or has been dead in the water. So we've been preparing very much on a strategy that's been as relevant 5 years ago as it is now. We've got all the elements of projects, of specific projects for production, upside in our exploration, both within those projects and outside, and a great resource base, and good cash to move on. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all.